Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tilmy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this drawstring skirt. Now these are the material we need: the stretching material, tape measure, and as well as my tailor's chalk. Now you need to check for the stretchiness of the fabric, so that's exactly what I'm doing now. So if it stretches more, so I'm going to use that as my across measurement, which is my hip, and the less stretches goes along your vertical measurement. So I actually folded my fabric into two pieces for the front and the back. So to start with, I'm going to measure out my starting point. So that's actually what I did there, and from that point I'm going to measure out my waist to my hip level, which is 8 inches, and the desired length for this tutorial is going to be 19 inches. So I'm going to add extra 1.5 inch, 1/2 inch for sewing allowance at the upper part for the band, and 1 inch to turn it inward. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. So go ahead and measure yours. Yours can be longer, it all depends. Now the next thing you want to do now is to impute your measurement. The waist we're working with is 32 inches. So I'm going to divide that by 4, and the hip is actually 42. I'm working with hip 42, so that's going to be 10.5. Going to mark that out. Now remember, because this fabric stretches, you do not need to add sewing allowance. Now for the upper part, this is what I do. I deduct 6 for my hip measurement, so 42 minus 6 is 36. Then I divide that by 4. That's 9 inches. So go ahead and mark 9 inches. Just a recap, from the starting point I measure out 8 inches for the hip level and 19 inches for my skirt length, then 1.5 inch seam. Go ahead and connect your points with your hip curve. That's exactly what I did. So the next thing I did was from the waistline, I actually marked 1/2 inch and use a curve ruler to connect it to the waistline. I use 1/2 inch and not 1 inch as seen in the video. Cut out the pieces, and this is what you have. Then we need to work with our front pattern. So take out your back pattern, and to determine where the drawstring lies, we need to make use of our nipple to nipple measurement, or what we call the apex point, which is 8 inches for this tutorial, and divide that by 2, and that's going to give you 4 inches. Now place this into the right side and determine where you want your drawstring to lie, whether your left side or your right side. So for this video I decided to use the left side. Now measure out the casing for the drawstring. So I'm going to measure out the exact measurement of the total skirt length. So that's exactly what I did, and take note of how it stretches. Now it must stretches the same way the length stretches for the skirt. So I went ahead to cut out my drawstring, so 1 inch by, it all depends on the length you want actually. So I did cut out my band as well, so I'm going to show you how to attach, and the next thing you see is the finished look, guys. So here is the fabric, the pieces, the back and the front. So the drawstring is about 29 inches each, and the casing is 2 inches width. So go ahead and hem the line, the skirt line. That's exactly what I'm doing. So you're going to hem that by 1 inch. Then for the casing, you need to mark out the midpoint. Remember, we used 2 inches for the casing. And once I've done the hemming for the lower part, so I have a clean finish at the end, mark out the midpoint using your chalk. Now you don't want to use your scissors here. So place it on the straight line we marked on the fabric, and try and pin them down if you can. Once you've done that, draw a straight line to run across the middle point of the 2 inches together with the skirt. So once you've done the stitches at the middle, so you can easily fold each side inward and sew down. So that's going to give you like two channel where to run your string. So now, as you can see, this is what it looks like. So the next thing you want to do now is to fold in your piece, your 1-inch piece, sew that together, and we're almost done. So using your safety pin, I'm going to insert that into the casing we created, and do that and secure the end at the waistline. So you're going to have to run a stitch across. So the next thing is to prepare your band. Now initially I wanted to use the band to turn it inward, but I felt it was a bit short, so I actually did 2 pieces of the band to turn it and attach to the skirt. So yeah, I hope you understand what I meant by that. So I actually increased the length by adding one inch band extra. So just do whatever pleases you, whether for it to be bandless or to attach a band. But make sure when you're attaching a band, for someone who has a small waist and a big and a backside, you might want to introduce elastic so that by the time the person wears it, because you don't have a zip, so you need to create room for the butt to come in. Okay, after sewing the side seam with 1/4 of an inch, quarter, you don't want to use 1 inch, we didn't have extra inches for that, so use 1/4 of an inch to sew the side seam. And that's the finished look, guys. So for this video, go ahead and clean up the edges, try and hem them. So I'm going to do that later on. So here's the finished look, guys. It came out nice. You can use this idea to make a gown. So if you try this out, just make sure you leave a comment in the description box below, in the comment section, sorry, and tag me on Instagram using hashtag Tomiade with the HMY. Yeah, till I see you in my next video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, a nice comment, and constructive criticism is highly welcome. Yeah, we are here to grow together. So be on the lookout for more videos. So I actually went ahead to check the piece. I checked my hip. Now, if you can see, it's 19, which is 38, and it stretches comfortably to 42 inches, that's 21 inches. So it's going to be a perfect fit. So till I see you next time, don't forget to subscribe and be on the lookout for more videos. Thank you and stay safe. Bye.